What's up, Reject Nation? Greg and John here today. We are going to watch episode 2 of Star Wars Visions. We just watched episode 1. That was awesome. This one is called Tatooine Rhapsody. Oh, I wonder where we're going this time around. Guys, if you end up enjoying our reaction, please go ahead and hit that like button. It helps us out with the algorithm. Please subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when our reaction to the next Star Wars Visions episode is up. As always, full-length watch-alongs where we sync up with the time coder over at our Patreon page. We cover a bunch of shows over there at the same tier. You get the option for both reaction highlights and watch-alongs included. Just finished Avatar: The Last Airbender. Hell yeah. Also, Pratham Jindal, thanks for writing these down for us, buddy. You rock. I would let you take a lightsaber to my heart in a provocative manner. Okay.
You! What are you?
Is this during Order 66?
That would make a lot of sense.
Okay.
On versatile cluster drums, land! And on vocals, it's me! Sorry about that, folks. And rocking those electronic sounds.
Uh-oh.
And on vocals, it's me!
Hey.
Hey, guys, we're sort of playing a gig here.
I have business with the slug. Come along. Jabba's been looking for you.
They brought it back.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
that's definitely his voice.
Let's rock 'em!
Oh no, that's a bad idea.
He looks so adorable.
I know. Chibi Boba.
I want anime bobblehead Boba.
Chiboba. Oh.
This is the third time now.
Such passionate fans we have.
Yep, that's just the price of fame.
It'd be nice to finish a show for once.
Oh.
We've been followed!
Persistent, isn't he? Okay, punch it!
I punched it already!
Slave wood.
I just really want an autograph.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Hey. He said the line.
Sexy.
It's pointless to resist, but I can wait.
I don't even know what I did.
You know.
I don't care about Hutt legacy. I won't join Jabba. Being part of that syndicate is boring.
Jabba is not to be crossed.
What? No, wait!
Stop!
You really want to do this?
There's nothing we could have done. Perhaps we were just lucky and our luck ran out. Ultimately, we're just a band.
I know that! But I can't just abandon him after all we've been through.
You, what are you?
I'm...
Huh?
We should commemorate the first session of Star Waver. I finally got the band members I was looking for. Our legend starts here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The first time we played together, we had a lot of fun that day.
We did.
Womp
Jay.
You were right, Curdy. In the end, we're just a band. We're just a band.
But music is like the Force.
Huh? What?
Hey, Gee!
Guys, what are you doing here?
We made a deal with Jabba to let us perform before he executes you.
You don't need to get caught up in this. You should go. You guys are just...
You're not one to run away from your fans, are you?
This'll be our biggest venue since we formed the band, Gee.
Let's make this our best show ever.
Plus, then when you're executed, we'll be legends and sell even more records.
Let's rock!
Calm down. It's just a mic.
Ha.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on and lose yourself now, everybody. Don't stop, we all the side you're on.
Cantina. It's like an actual music video. Tap that tail.
Wow.
Jabba! We'll give you a chance! We're gonna be the #1 band in the galaxy! How do you feel about becoming our first sponsor?
One more song! One more song! One more song!
Come
He's gonna make you play in his lair for eternity.
Oh, yeah, they did it!
Ha!
Okay then! You ready for one more? This one's for the band!
Interesting.
Wait, what?
They did it. They're gonna be the greatest band in the galaxy.
But when he was like running that scene they kept cutting to, was that a flashback or a vision of what he was hoping he could do? Like imagine himself as?
You mean in the flashback when he first meets his buddy on base? And he's like running away.
He's like, yeah.
Come with me. No,
Well, the
he's-
performance seems so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that moment seems kind of sinister, yeah.
It seems like very, yeah, or a little like ominous. So I was a little bit confused. I didn't like they looked the same, but I didn't think they were the same character.
Yeah.
But they were.
That's how I took it. Yeah.
Okay, they got to be the same character.
We're just being prejudiced against Hutts for looking sinister.
The performance was so different.
It's so upbeat.
Like the performance when they're
funny.
hanging out is like, I'm a dude in the band.
Yeah, it's like
And then the other one is like, I am a hut. So I was a little confused for a second.
Absolutely. Come with me on this grand mission. It's all about partying and music.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's talk about it.
Oh, well, that was a cute episode.
Yeah, that was very
Definitely a shift from the
very
first episode.
sweet and charming.
Yeah.
Sans the like bounty pursuit scenes.
It definitely feels more like Animatrix now more than ever to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like you got two very different animation styles with two very different feeling episodes overall.
Two different stakes varieties, two different tones.
I mean, contextually, I love the idea of focusing on the band as your main characters because there's bands in Star Wars. They even cut the Cantina band at one point here. This was the episode I felt like with just so many Easter eggs all peppered in through your animation, just of who you can go like this creature, that character, yada, yada, yada. I find myself sometimes getting bogged down with timeline, even though I don't think this is like considered canon.
That's what they
Visions?
said, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. But, yeah, it's like they're going to pull relevant references, but it's not, canonical, so to speak.
Yeah, because I was like, Boba's here. Okay, so when in the timeline is this? It's definitely before Empire. or before Return of the Jedi, to say the least. Yeah. Because then I thought we saw one of those droids from like the prequels for a second, and then that's why I was like, oh, is this during the prequel time? Or 60? I was kind of confused on when, and then I found myself getting a little distracted by that. But it was cool. It was cute. This was like a cute one to me because, you know, I like I wish we saw a conclusion to how this all went.
Yeah, this felt like it was a snippet of a larger show almost to me.
Yes.
That was like doing that anime thing where occasionally they'll throw in a relevant flashback that you've already seen expanded in an earlier episode, except we don't have the earlier episode to go off of.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's supposed to be like meant for open to interpretation for how it all goes down.
Yeah.
Or they're just playing their one last. They wanted to be a band and be the biggest band in the galaxy, and this is their chance to really perform. You're playing for one of the biggest gangsters in all the galaxy, and then you're going out on a bang with such a massive crowd who wants them to do one more song. And even Jabba's and bobbing along with his little tail, and even Boba's bobbing along. You got all that bobbing along happening, and. Yeah, so I'm like, but does the friend die?
Yeah, does he still get executed?
Does he still get executed, or does they succeed?
What about this young Jedi that Jay seems to be? Is that just, is his microphone really just the last vestiges of his old lightsaber?
I mean, to me, if I'm taking it as a flashback, is that he was still in Padawan stage, and that he was escaping during Order 66.
And then he had to leave that life behind.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories in Star Wars of characters who are people who escaped during Order 66 who were on their way to becoming full-fledged Jedis or just straight-up Jedis. So I think it could be, to me, that's how I took it.
Yeah. Okay.
He has his hair done like a Padawan, and he's got a lightsaber that it seems like he's turned into a microphone.
Yeah, by the end, yeah. Because at first I was like, "Oh, is he gonna do some kind of switcheroo? Is there gonna be a trick?" But no.
Yeah, I mean, it's a unique idea that contextually I like a lot of it. I mean, I'm assuming he dies because it seems like that what he wanted to do was he couldn't save him, so they didn't have an escape plan out of here.
So we're just gonna go out on a high.
Yeah, and it's like it plays into that thing of how Jabba likes performers. Like his Return of the Jedi, you see he loves to be bestowed with entertainment.
Yeah. He's
gestures,
he's gonna sign this band.
Yeah, he's not gonna sign. He's gonna think he's gonna play, and they're gonna kill him.
Yeah,
that's just
most
how.
likely. I kept thinking that, or it's like the only bargain you could possibly, I think, hope to walk out of is if you are like his music slaves and you just live there and you only perform there.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
I don't think they would succumb to that. They agreed to let them have one more song, and that was it. So yeah, I guess it's kind of bleak. I'm kind of trying to pick up on like thematically. What it's about, unity of the music.
Yeah, it's funny because I liked seeing this side of the universe. I mean, there's obviously music throughout the galaxy, although in Star Wars media, it's not usually what we're focused on because usually there are much more intense stakes at hand. But it's weird, I liked the prospect of stepping out into that side of the universe, just the more experiential side of the universe, and it felt almost a little at odds to me, I guess, because like the linear progression of the story is like we're in this pickle. Jabba, is basically collecting this debt on his nephew or son or whatever the relation is, and we gotta find some way to alleviate this. But it felt a bit more simple than that when we got to the end of just like they are all in for their friend. They play this great show. Everybody loves the show. They feel a sense of triumph, and then we're left to wonder if they live to play another day. And so at the outset it's like you have Boba and you've got Jabba and you've got like these recognizable things that I feel like set you up to think that this is gonna have some kind of greater context, which doesn't seem to really be there.
Yeah, and the way they played with time was just a little confusing for me as a viewer.
Yeah, it's like it felt like there was a whole lot crammed into it. It's weird. The first episode felt like it really breathed in it in a good way, in the way where you're forgetting about the time.
Yeah, it's like a perfect short story.
It felt longer than it actually is, whereas this felt like it was kind of crammed into the time.
Yeah, I'd say so. I guess. I'm not sure. It might not be the case. It might just be our dumbasses not fully understanding the point of the episode.
Maybe that's
it's hard
what
to draw.
On.
It's hard to draw a real conclusion on my thoughts here.
Maybe they're counting on us trying to be like, gotta catch every little thing, and they're like, no, we're just telling a very straightforward story.
Man, am I crazy? I thought that he came the Hutt on the band. I thought he came across totally different.
When in that first scene when he greets him, and in that flashback that keeps recurring, like it does. It is an
feels
odd
like an
moment.
adult he's talking to.
Yeah. And
so I was like, is that the father of him or something? Or is this a flash forward? Because I thought for a second, like, is this a flash forward where this is him trying to bail him out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
no,
I thought we were like maybe building to that.
Yeah,
That's where I
yeah,
thought we were
exactly.
going.
I thought
And I
we
was
were
like,
gonna
oh, it's actually a flashback.
a reveal in or in a
Yes.
different spot in time. Yeah. But no, that's I guess what I got by the end is just that's the first time they met while Jay was fleeing whatever circumstance, and then the Hut guy was just like, yeah, I need someone else from a band. Greetings with some fuzzy guitar tones. Yeah,
It was enjoyable. It's one I need to watch again before I can fully form a solid, concrete opinion on it.
Yeah, I'm like, am I just thinking too hard about this, or was this a bit of just kind of a fluffy episode?
Yeah, perhaps.
But it's still fun, and I enjoyed the music.
And I enjoy the music too. It was wonderfully animated, but there's a bit of an emotional punch that was still kind of missing for me.
Well, it also
never fully got there emotionally. I felt like I was still digesting and taking in stuff before I fully got somewhere with my heart.
Yeah, and overall the impact to me feels a bit, and I hate to use the word, but light. It feels like a lightweight kind of an episode, which isn't bad. And I almost wonder too if maybe they're also aiming toward not necessarily just us. Maybe they are aiming to a more youthful audience with this episode. Because the first one is pretty dark, and you have to appreciate certain styles of film and animation and blah 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 that a lot of younger audiences probably aren't familiar with. So maybe they're spreading around that way,
Well, we'll see. What would you guys think of the episode? Clarify for us. We'll admit when we don't fully get something. Clarify. We're going to watch the third episode now. Yep. But what did you love about it? What did you overall think? What do you think the point of this episode was? Be curious to know. Or is it just like one of those one last hurrahs?
Just a good chance to hear Joseph-Gordon Levitt sing.
That was JGL?
He was the speaking voice, at least. I don't know if he was the singing voice, but it was a decent match, it sounded like. So,
oh, interesting.
Yeah, this is the Jiggle-sode, and I think you had Bobby Moynihan in there and a couple other people.
All right.
So,
All right, guys, we'll leave your thoughts down below. Subscribe, click that bell, hit that like button. And last but not least, Niraj Krishnan literally looked at our Patreon page and said, who at our Patreon would most be in a band? And it was pretty apparent it would be you. You're constantly recommending music to us that really feels like they're from a galaxy far, far away. Most of the time, John and I have never heard of this musician, this style of music, or anything of that nature. It feels very foreign to us. We usually stick in our lane. America, the world. And we view the world as pretty much just America. So I appreciate you opening our eyes to Galaxy of Songs. John, please say something.
And our ears, Niraj. Thank you also for opening our ears to a galaxy of songs. I would love to travel the universe in your band. Imagine you reaching your hand out to me being like, come on, John, I need an average to moderately okay guitar player. And I'll be like, really, Niraj, you think I have it in me? Thanks for saving me from certain death.
I could see you crowd surfing even during the pandemic.
Especially during
the pandemic. You seem like the kind of guy who just wouldn't give a shit. That's right. I hope your family's watching and knows the kind of attitude you have. Carelessness. Thank you so much for being part of our Patreon page, and Raj.